This is a guide for using the Faces of Learning Learner Sketch tool with your advisees this year. All of our advisors will be expected to sit down with their advisees, take their advisees to this website, facesoflearning.net, and direct them and guide them into using the Explore Your Learner Sketch tool. It's important to clarify with your advisees that this is just a learner sketch. It doesn't define who they are as a learner, or it doesn't set anything in stone or place any expectations upon them or their teachers, but it's just a way for them to start having conversations with their advisor and with their teachers about some of their learning strengths and possible weaknesses. So we'll click the link with our advisee, and it'll take us to the first page for the Faces of Learning. So my first advisee is Bob. So I'll have Bob sitting next to me, and we'll enter his name here into the sketch. And Bob actually may be the one in charge of the controls, and I'm just sitting with him as we go through it. As we click go, we get instructions. You'll want to go over these instructions with your advisees, but it's fairly simple. They'll see a series of statements, and if they agree with the statement, if they think it describes them, they drag it over here to the notebook. If they disagree with the statement, they do not think it describes them, they drag it over here to the corkboard. If they don't have a strong feeling any way or the other, or if they feel like something in the statement might be a positive on one part but a negative on the other, they're just going to leave it right there in the middle. They don't have to make a decision about it. They'll click the Let's Get Started tool, and we'll start to see these statements. And for the purpose of this demonstration, I'm just going to drag and drop and move through here quickly. As an advisor, you will want to talk about these statements with your advisee to make sure that they have a clear understanding of what is being said. In particular, our international students might need you to explain some of the colloquialisms or some of the terms that are used that they might not be familiar with. So as you see, this moves pretty quickly through here. And again, I'm just kind of moving things around. Your advisees will actually think about their answers, hopefully, so that we can get a good learner sketch. When we get to the end, it starts to give a description of some possible strengths with an explanation of what they mean. And you'll want to talk to your advisee about these. You want to read through these, talk to them about some of their possible strengths, put a very positive spin on these strengths so that they feel good about this process. And then when we get to the things that may be challenging for me, again, we want to emphasize that it says may be challenging, that not all of these things will be challenging in every environment. So we want to talk to students about how they may have different strengths in different subject areas, that their neurodevelopmental profile and their learning sketch, it might be different in different environments. When we get to the end, there's some options for exploring more. This is a great resource and a tool for you to sit with your advisee and talk about some of their baseline ideas behind their strengths and weaknesses and get a good understanding of what they conceive their learner sketch to be. You will want to make use of either the email or the download a PDF tool, because as the advisor, you are going to be the warehouse or the storage place for your advisee's learning sketch. You'll click the download a PDF, or you can email, whichever one. And so Bob is my advisee, so I'm going to name this Bob Learning Sketch and save a copy for myself on my desktop. In the future, when my advisee starts to struggle in a class, I can use this learner sketch to begin a conversation with my advisee and their teacher to help them work through any problems they might be having in that particular class.